When talking about child marriage, you might think that it's only relevant when talking about foreign nations and far-off girls. However, it does happen in every state in the United States, and it is legal. All 50 states have allowances to let children under the age of 18 become married people. 26 states, according to the Tiara Justice Center, don't even have a minimum age. Though some nations have made moves to eradicate it completely by outright banning marriage to the children under the age of 18, the United States is not one of them.
It's completely state by state, and I was surprised just at what the laws are right now. You would think they were, mid-teens, but most states don't have a minimum age at all.
In fact, you write the legal marriage age in most states is well below what most might expect in this era of delayed marriage. 27 states don't have a minimum marriage age. They simply require court approval. Most of the other states set a minimum age at 14 to 16.
Unlike married adults, girls who are forced into these situations where they're married under the age of 18 rarely have a chance to become healthy and independent adults, much less finish school.
My ex, he was extremely abusive to me, and I was very confused because this is the only guy I had ever been with. So when he started, shoving me and all that stuff while I was pregnant, I thought, this is my life. How could this be? I felt like I was in slavery to it. I was a slave to my ex. I was a slave to this, idea that my mother wanted us to just all be together and for me to have kids so young and to do all of that. I still have all of this emotional baggage of wanting to have done something with my life by now. It is really all the time that I think about what I could have done or could have been.
A major concern of advocates against child marriage is that legal child marriage might promote and lead to the legal sex trafficking and prostitution of children.
And that's why some of the Christian groups that I talked about in my piece were concerned with the low marriage age, out of a concern for sex trafficking and that kind of thing, that girls could be abused or coerced into marriages. Several people did mention the trafficking aspect to me, which is now a bigger concern for some more conservative Christian groups than it has been in the past.
From 2000 to 2010, New York reported 3,800 teenagers between the ages of 14 and 17 married. 84% of those marriages were girls marrying adult men. In Virginia, state health department data showed that 90% of minor spouses were girls. What might be statutory rape is blessed in the marriage context.
Often there's a pregnancy involved, and I assume the courts think that it's better for this couple to be married and raise their child than to charge the father with statutory rape.
I got married to my rapist. The guy that raped me, actually my mother, saw fit for me to marry him to make the situation of me getting pregnant, I can say, to make it look better overall.
The laws vary state by state in terms of whether minors can even file for restraining orders and things like that. It's just a very dicey situation. Do they go to the foster care system? Do they go to a domestic abuse shelter? So there's just this no man's land that the system hasn't really prepared to deal with. And what we really need to do is put in place more protections for minor girls who might be in these relationships, whether it's married or not.
Often when people oppose the raising of the legal marriage age of people in general or children, their main concern is amongst the possible increase of abortion rate. The idea is that if these girls are not getting married when they're pregnant, they might be more likely to abort any unwanted pregnancies that would happen outside of marriage.
But there are also some other groups, as you well know, that are against it because they feel like it could stifle in some ways religious freedom or be, a case study of a government overreach. Give us a sense of that.
What I found is that there is some division within more conservative Christian groups, and you're right, there are groups that are concerned about the government mandating this age. It's hard to get anyone on the record who actually opposes raising the marriage age, so it's hard to know exactly who all those religious constituencies are, but there was the New Jersey Right to Life group. They opposed the bill in New Jersey to raise the age, but they also supported the final compromise proposal that Governor Christie proposed, which was raising it to 16 or 17. So their concern was, if you make the marriage age 18, then you're going to have more teenagers having abortions. We don't want that. So that was their thinking for opposing the bill.
Shortly after getting married, she encouraged us to start having kids, and that's why I had my first son when I was 15.
16, I had 6 children. What do I do? No finances. I have to depend on this man that I married.